Hello everyone, I am Reverend Gartlyn Arthur Chance. My husband, Minister John Chance, and I are the pastors of the Holistic Transformation Ministries at Louis Land Settlement in Tobago. The Holistic Transformation Ministries is a Pentecostal church which operates under the umbrella of the Pentecostal Assemblies of the West Indies. I have been involved in education as a mainstream teacher and special education teacher for 35 years of my life. This program, Bridging the Gap, will be aired on the Tobago Inspirational Network every Saturday at 8 p.m. The program is expected to keep you at the edge of your seat. Join us as we apply the Word of God to deal with issues relating to early childhood and adolescence. Bridging the Gap, right here on TIN. A pleasant good evening to you wonderful people on the program Bridging the Gap. As you know, it's always a pleasure for Pastor Chance to be with you on this program. Hallelujah. I'm shouting hallelujah because it's good to be alive. I'm thankful for the privilege of life. And I'm sure that you too are thankful for the privilege of life. Today we have one of our regular programs because I have with me two wonderful children. You know that I love children. I've been in their presence for most of my working years. And I am trying to make sure that the gap is bridged between us. I want them to love me and I love them. So I will be talking with two, a male and a female, this evening. But they will tell us who they are, okay? So at this time, I am going to focus first on the female among us. I want you to tell us, and you look beautiful.
Thank you.
I want you to tell us your name. Tell us something about yourself. I'm not going to ask you what to tell us. What do you want to tell us about yourself this evening?
Good evening. My name is Rebecca Weeks, and I am 11 years old. I go to school at Buku Government Primary School.
Very good, and you are a brave little girl. Rebecca?
Yes.
All right, it's good to be in your presence today, and we have a young man with us. Tell us something about yourself.
My name is Malcolm Sintele. I'm 8 years old, and I go to Bonacor Government Primary School.
Right, there is something common about the names of your school. Your schools, who can tell me what is common? You go to Buku Government School and you go to Bonacor Government School. What is common? There is some common thing there between the two schools that you go to. Who can tell me what that is?
It is a government school.
Right, both schools are government schools, and there is something else about it. Buku Government School and Bonacor Government School. What else is common between those two schools? Let me give you a hint. The names. What about the names? There is something common about the names.
They live in the same street.
The names live in the same street? You are a humorous child. They live in the same street. Buku Government School and Bonacor Government School. Come on.
They both start with B.
Yes, they both begin with the letter B. Very good. You just realized that, Rebecca, right? They both start with the letter B. Malcolm, what class are you in?
I am in Standard 2.
Okay. So have you been promoted this term?
Yes.
What class are you going to?
Standard 3.
All right. It's not strange that I would have asked you what class you're going to, because in my days, you know, they used to skip children. They would skip you from one class to the other. So sometimes they will take you from Standard 2 and put you to Standard 4, depending on certain things. right? So you are in standard 2 and you have been promoted to standard 3. What about you, Rebecca?
I am in the SEA students class,
Oh
which is
my.
standard 4.
Oh, and you look so little this evening. But you are a big girl. So you were in standard 4.
Yes.
Okay, so you will be in the standard 5 class. Tell me how you feel about going to standard 5.
Well, I feel relieved. I feel that since the COVID-19 has started, it's been very hard for children these days, but I pushed through it, and God got me to this, and I am very thankful.
Yes, that's it. You are optimistic. In other words, when I say the word optimistic, I mean you are doing what? You're looking at the bright side of things. You're thinking positively. Okay? So I like what she said there, Malcolm. She said God got her through. And there is no doubt that God got you through too. Not so? Right?
Yes.
Let me hear you. God got you through as well.
Yes.
Right. What is your teacher's name?
My teacher's name is Miss Rajman.
Tell me what you like about Miss Rajman. Is there anything that you like about Miss Rajman particularly?
She's a very nice person.
In what way?
In a good way.
I want you to give me an example. What did she do, or what does she do to prove that she's a nice person?
She made me a good student to pass my test.
Okay, in other words, she taught you well. She met your needs, and you understood what was taught.
Yes.
And you got a good grade this term.
Yes.
Good. What about Rebecca? What's the name of your teacher?
My teacher's name is Keisha Jacob Melville.
Oh, you know the whole name.
Yes.
It means that you and your teacher have been very close. What do you like about her? You seem to have lighted up when you mentioned her name.
My teacher is very kind-hearted. She has a lot of patience with her children. If you have any problems, you can feel free to tell her, and she can help you in any way that she can. And I think that is a very good thing that a teacher has.
Very nice. I like hearing you talk. I wish I was your teacher. You talk so many good things about your teacher. She makes education easy for you.
And fun.
Right, because you can relate with her.
Yes.
And you enjoy the relationship.
Yes.
So there is the gap between you and your teacher has been bridged, not so?
Yes.
You are comfortable talking to her.
Yes, you are speaking the truth.
Right. Malcolm, that's how you feel as well?
Yes.
Very well. So I want to applaud your teachers. What's her name?
Keisha Jacob Melville.
Right. I want to applaud you, Miss Jacob Melville. You heard what your student said about you. I hope that you will have an opportunity to look at this program. We are proud of you as a teacher. And Malcolm, your teacher is?
Miss Rajman.
Miss Rajman, congratulations. One of your students is here talking good things about you. And when we hear of how good teachers are, we feel really, really good, because they are the ones that are assisting in molding the minds of the children and facilitating their developmental process, not only academically, but socially and in other dimensions as well. So congratulations to Miss Rajman from the Bonaccord Government School and Miss
Keisha Jacob Melville.
Keisha Jacob Melville from the Buku Government School. And Rebecca, you mentioned something that I want us to talk about. By the way, my mask is right behind here. These days we have to make sure that we wear our masks, and you're not keeping your mask very far from you. What's the reason why you are wearing that mask today?
It's to help protect me and my family entirely from the virus that is now spreading through the world. Its name is coronavirus, also known as COVID-19.
You're knowledgeable about it. And Malcolm, do you enjoy wearing the mask?
No.
Tell me why.
It's kind of uncomfortable.
It prevents you from breathing well. And do you have any of those allergies or asthma or anything like that, that you feel even more uncomfortable?
No.
Okay, well, thank God. We bless God for that, because there are those who have some illnesses that makes it even more uncomfortable for them to wear the mask. But the mask is important for protection purposes. Okay? Now, I want us to talk about your last school term. And your last school term would have been online, probably on your tablet, the computer, or a cell phone. Tell me something about it. Was it an enjoyable experience? I want us to talk about what you enjoyed about it. Now remember, we're not talking about anything negative yet, if there is any. What did you enjoy about being online, Malcolm?
I enjoy the PE Zoom.
You remind me of somebody. You enjoy the PE. And what's the meaning of PE again?
Exercising.
All right. Anybody has another name for the acronym PE?
Physical education.
PE is the acronym for physical education, and that is what we regard as games. That was my best subject at Bishop's, boy. You remind me of me. I used to enjoy in first form when we had those 3 periods in the afternoon when we would put on our games clothes and go down on the field and play. I enjoy that. And it is important that we engage in play. But because all work, you all ever heard that? And no play makes Jack a what? A dull boy. So there must be a mixture of play, and there must be a mixture of and there must be some schoolwork involved in it. Okay?
Yes.
You cannot play all the time, nor do schoolwork all the time. But you must make sure that you fulfill the needs of the curriculum, the requirements of the curriculum. So tell me now, Malcolm, you just told me PE, that's what you enjoyed. How do you all engage in PE on a computer? How did you all do that?
We do like jumping jacks, running, and
That's okay, just tell us what you remember.
I remember we do jumping jacks and frog jumps.
What? So how we all achieve that on the computer, Miss Rajman, must be very, very skillful.
It have a coach who does teach we.
Okay, and what's the name of your coach?
Mr. Jones.
Okay, so he would show you what to do, and you would do it wherever you are set up in your house, and you enjoy doing it.
Yes.
Okay. What about you, Rebecca? What are the things that you enjoyed? And you would have been in Standard 4, and that's a class that has a heavy curriculum. Tell me what you enjoyed.
Well, the thing I enjoyed most is waking up on mornings and just having to put on a jersey without any hassle of getting ready. And I'll just be there in the classroom already.
So you enjoy school at home?
Yes.
So is it that you're not looking forward to going back to school? In this,
I am looking forward
the school building.
The school building. I am looking forward to going back to school, but due to the COVID, I can't, and due to the vaccine, it would be a hard decision to take the vaccine if it doesn't have that much benefit.
Okay. Oh, you going very far. I wonder if your mother listening to you, you're taking it very far. Malcolm, I want you to tell me, what are some of the things that you did not enjoy? So that's where we're going to next. You told us about what you enjoyed. What are some of the things that you did not enjoy about online school?
I did not like how I cannot see my friends or teacher face to face.
I could understand. I used to be a teacher, but thank God now I'm retired, and I shouldn't say it like that. Because I would have missed being around the children. But one of the things that we understand and we appreciate is that is our new normal. That's a term that has been bandied about, not so? You wish you could have been with your friends. Tell me why. What did you miss doing with your friends and with your teacher? And
playing with them and also doing work with them.
Okay. So you would have had games together. You could have played football and cricket, and you would have been able to run about. And yes, yeah, I could understand. What about you, Rebecca? What are the things that you didn't enjoy about it?
I didn't enjoy like the Zoom platform itself. And since I am in a class of the SEA students,
Mm-hmm.
the work would be a majority of a lot.
Yes,
So
yes.
the work amount and the Zoom itself
Mm-hmm.
was very depressing to me. It was very
Sometimes.
hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I did not like that at all. But
Mm-hmm.
once I reached out to my teacher, she helped me entirely with my problem.
That's a good teacher. And you did well in your exam.
Yes, I did.
Right. So sometimes, what are some of the things, like if she's doing a math concept, was it easy for her to explain it to you, a new concept? Did she use like hands-on things? And when I say hands-on, did she use other things other than chalk and the board and talking to teach you?
Well, for me,
Mhm.
I know the work, but the hard part was the writing.
Okay.
The hard part was like focusing, as your home is not really has an environment to focus. Because
Oh,
the classroom was made for focusing, but when you're at home, you're surrounded by many other things that can distract
Tract
you
you.
entirely.
Okay. What are how many siblings are there in your home?
There are one sibling.
You have another brother.
Yes, ma'am.
Is he older than you, or
No, he isn't. He's
Okay.
just 7 years old.
so he had his schooling right next to you?
Yes, he's in the same school as me.
Okay, and he had to be on with his teacher as well.
Yes.
Did he
had-
distract you?
Well, I had to help him in his work a little.
Oh.
So it used to be a hassle to take pictures for him and then send my work to the teacher on a time frame for both of us.
Okay, so you had double work.
Yes.
We thank God for you. So you filled in when mommy wasn't able to.
Yes.
I'm sure that God is going to give you an extra blessing for that. What
Yes.
about you, Malcolm? Did you have any problems focusing at home during
Yes.
your? Tell us about that.
It had my little nephew. He'd come in and put on the TV loud and stuff.
So you all, both of you think that the best environment for teaching and learning would have been at the school where it is designed for that.
Yes.
Yes.
Miss.
Okay, and then there would have been less distraction.
Yes.
So do you think that you would have done better, although you did good? Do you think that you would have done better if you were in the real learning environment at school where the building is, the school building?
Yes.
Okay, what about you?
Yes, miss.
Okay, but God has been good, because this is what we have to work with now for our safety, and you all are managing well. Not so? What about your holidays? You know, on holidays, this was another best time for me when I was going to school. Holidays. Are you enjoying your holidays?
Yes, I am enjoying my holidays.
Okay, what are some things that you are getting involved in during the holidays? Some
That-
activities.
Playing basketball.
How do you get to play basketball?
We have a basketball hoop.
Oh, so you have that set up in your home.
Yes.
What? Daddy did that for you.
Yes.
And that's a good thing. So that even if you cannot go out and mix with the community, you can do that in the yard and you enjoy that.
Yes.
Okay. And what about you, Rebecca?
Well, typically, I'm not enjoying my holidays because normally my father would have took us out to Trinidad, family
Oh.
time vacation. But now due to the coronavirus, I'm in the house and there's typically nothing to do.
All right. What about games? Do you all play those games like Monopoly and
Yes.
Scrabble and?
We play like the online game.
All right.
I have a game that I like most. My brother has his favorite game, and my mommy too has her favorite game. My daddy does normally go out and do his little handiwork for extra money. So
Okay.
it's like a normal day.
Okay, all right. Don't worry, we will overcome this. Not so? This too shall pass. I want you to say that. Let's say it together. This too shall pass. Okay? So we're going to have fun with what we have to, what we have available now, and we look forward to a time when it will become better. But I want you quickly, because time is running very quickly. When we're having fun, time always runs quickly. I want us to look forward to the future and the reopening of school. I want you to tell me what you prefer with the reopening of school, one. And if you have an opportunity to tell the Prime Minister something concerning your schooling for next term, what would that be? Okay, so let me repeat it. What you're looking forward to as school would reopen, what you want to happen. And if you had to tell the Prime Minister something concerning that, what would it be? Come on, Malcolm.
It will be to let children or students to go back to school face to face.
All right, that's what you will tell the Prime Minister.
Yes.
So you are looking forward to going back to school and having a face-to-face experience. What about you, Rebecca?
I'm not looking forward to going back to go back to school during till I have to take the vaccine. But if I had something to do face to face to the Prime Minister, I would have said if he can open little facilities for like internet access for families who do not have internet access, so children will be online for school and more children would be able to be practiced in the school platform.
Oh my God, I think the Prime Minister should have a private conversation with you. Excellently said. Malcolm, you did well. It was indeed a pleasure speaking with both of you. And we are taking note of what you are saying, and I'm going to, note is going to be taken, you understand, of what we did here. So I am going to share it with those people that I know in student support services, right? So that they could put things into place to assist you all. Be blessed. Enjoy your holidays, okay? Enjoy your holidays, right? And there we have it, viewers. We had Malcolm and we had Rebecca. I am sure that mouths are open right now with the discussion that I had with them. And we understand more than ever how these children feel about being in the online environment. However, God assisted them in making the best of it so that they were able to pass to another class. Thank you for listening to them. As we continue with the program, Bridging the Gap, I am going to take this opportunity to thank our guests that just left the set, Rebecca and Malcolm. I want to thank you for the wonderful experience that you gave, not only me, but all those that are viewing this evening. Be richly blessed. And with me now is a mother and a daughter. They will tell us who they are. I do not want to introduce her. We are starting with the little one first. Hello, little beauty.
Hello.
Tell us what's your name.
Kalila Braffit.
Or your name is what?
Kalila Braffit.
Your name is Kalila Braffit. What's wrong with your feet? All right, good. I thought you were admiring the beautiful sandals that you are wearing. Tell us, do you go to school? Are you at school? Do you go to a school? Online, yes.
Yes.
Okay, right. I actually gave you the answer. Huh? Do you know the name of your school?
Plymouth AC.
Ooh, you are bright. Can you tell me the name of your teacher?
Miss Lewis.
Okay. And I assume that you are, or I am guessing that you are in first year.
Yes.
Okay. So you are in first year. I want you to tell me if you enjoy the school online.
Yes.
What are some of the things that you did online? at school online? What did you do? Tell me some of the things that you enjoyed doing online with your teacher and the other students.
Playing game.
You remind me of Malcolm and that. Yes, no, of Malcolm. Malcolm was on set just now. You wouldn't know much about him. But hear what? What are the things that you did in games? What did you do? I want you to tell me for yourself. You seem to be a very courageous, it means brave, little girl. What did you do during games? Put your mic by your mouth and tell me what you did during games. Put it closer to your mouth. What are some of the things that you did?
Simon Says. Played Simon Says.
Okay, you played Simon Says. How does that game go? Let's play Simon Says now.
I know what to say. My teacher.
Put your,
I know what to say. My teacher teach me. Simon says to raise your hand.
Go ahead.
Simon says to put down your hand.
Okay. So you all played Simon Says.
Yes.
And what else did you play? Did you jump? Did you run? I want you to look at me. Mommy wasn't in class with you. I want you to look at me. What else did you play?
Jump, higher, higher, higher.
Jump, higher, 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 lower, lower. Jump, higher, higher.
I know how to sing it now.
Okay, say
Jump, higher, higher, lower, lower, make a statue freeze.
All right, I didn't know that part. When I was at school, I would do that with the children at times. Jump, higher, higher, lower, lower. Jump, higher, higher.
Not that. I was singing it.
Okay.
Jump, higher, higher, lower, lower, make a statue freeze.
Freeze! And then you had to stand up there.
Yeah,
and you couldn't move.
And then when we move somebody out and then we do it over.
Okay, very well. And you enjoy that. What
Yes.
about math and mathematics and spelling? And when you did your letters, did you enjoy that?
Yes.
Which one you enjoyed more? Games or spelling and reading? Which one you enjoyed more?
Spelling.
Okay, very good. Should I challenge you on set? Okay, let me see if you enjoyed it. If Miss told you the word apple, what letter does the word apple begin with?
Ah.
Right, very good. So it means that you did the Jollyphonics.
Yes.
Right. Do you remember any of the Jollyphonics songs?
Yes.
What was the one for ah? Something about the ant?
Answer my arm, answer my arm, answer my arm, cause it be alarm.
Let's go again. Let's sing it together.
Answer my arm, answer my arm, answer my arm, cause it be alarm.
Yay! You
Yay.
deserve a round of applause. Did you enjoy online school? It's just a yes or a no.
Yes.
But have you ever been to your school?
No.
How do you feel about that?
Not good.
How do you feel about that? Not good?
Good.
What? No, not good is okay. Don't look at my face. If you don't feel good about that, what did you prefer? Seeing that it was the first time you were going to school, what did you prefer?
To go out to school.
Tell me why.
Because I want to meet my teachers and my friends.
Okay, and you have never seen your friends face to face,
Yes.
but you saw them online.
Yes.
Okay. So who is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago? The Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Just tell me his
Prime
name.
Minister of
Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad and Tobago is Dr. Keith Rowley.
Right. What would you tell him that you want from him?
To open school so I could meet my friends.
Okay. You're sure you didn't hear anybody tell you that?
Okay, you really want to go to school. When school reopens next term, you want to go to school.
Yes.
But by the way, did you pass your first year class? Are you going to be going into a new class?
Yes.
Okay, so you will be promoted or you will move up to second year. Yes, you will be
Yes,
moving up.
yes.
Okay, right. It was good to speak with you, Kalila.
Kalila Rapid.
All right, it's really good. I'm sure the audience would have enjoyed you. And you're moving all over the
Yeah.
place, only moving. No doubt you enjoyed the games. Perhaps
I didn't enjoy the game.
you didn't enjoy the games
I
at school?
did.
Oh, and I could imagine you running away from your class sometimes.
Sometimes when my teacher just tell me out when I out in a like drum game, I just like to kneel down.
Okay, right. Sometimes you just feel like kneeling down when you're in the class.
Yes.
All right. And who is this person next to you?
My mommy,
What's your mommy's name?
Sherilla Joseph.
Oh, I thought you had forgotten your mommy's name. It's good to be in the presence of Miss Sherilla Joseph.
A pleasant good afternoon
Uh,
and a pleasant good afternoon to the audience.
Okay, thank you for being here. I have a parent. She is the mother of Kalila Joseph. Oh,
Kalila
gosh.
Braffett.
Kalila Braffett. Thank you for reminding me. My phone is ringing again. Please pass me my phone. Thank you. Hello. Yes, Malcolm. What's up, baby? What do you want now? I thought you were doing maths online. Why are you bothering me now, Malcolm? I'm in the middle of my work. Where is Auntie Bria? Auntie Bria went to finish lunch. But I made you sandwiches before I left. You told her that I wanted you to cook. What kind of thing is this? What is she cooking? Pilau, okay. Miss gave Kalila some work to do and she didn't understand one. Oh, Kalila, again, she's distracting you from your work. So you have to leave your work to go to assist Kalila? Don't worry, that will soon be over. All right. Malcolm, where is Rebecca? Did Kalila ask her to help her with her work as well? She couldn't get her. She was going outside every minute to play with her dolls. Up to now, she did not write the date. So you heard her teacher calling her, and she didn't answer. She missed maths, and now she's missing spelling. You didn't call Auntie Bria. I left Auntie Bria there to take care of you all. She didn't want to listen to Bria. My God, she ran over by Auntie Jeanette to play with Kadim. What kind of thing is this? She could get 0 in that test because she will not understand the work. Yes, Miss Lou, I'm coming. The children have called me to settle a matter with their schoolwork. Hold on, Malcolm, hold on. Yes, Miss Lou. I'll be there in a while. The children just called me. They're having some problems home. Yes, Miss Lou, I will get the work done here. I understand, Miss Lou. I understand that you're trying to get work done in the office. I understand, so that I could go home early. Okay, Malcolm, I have to go now. My boss is calling me to work. Okay, Miss Lou, I'm coming. Oh gosh, my phone is ringing again. These children. viewers, that was a conversation or a likely conversation that a parent could have with her boss and her children that are at home. No doubt with a caretaker or a caregiver assisting them through the online schooling. Mommy, did you hear the conversation?
Yes, I did.
I want us to look as a mother who would have been exposed to a child, Kalila, online, who, as far as I see, is a bit hyper, so it might be difficult at times to keep her down on that chair, and especially with this being her first year at school. What are some of the things in the conversation that you think a mother or a guardian will experience with her children during the online schooling?
So during the online schooling, as a parent home, they would have experienced issues where they probably would not have understood what the teacher was teaching. The students, being the fact that they are not trained teachers, so the method in which the teacher would have used for the child, the mother or the parent or the guardian would not have been aware or knowledgeable about that. So sometimes it could cause the child to be a bit confused because the teacher is teaching one method and then the mother or the parent or guardian is now teaching the child a different method. So it could cause some kind of confusion within the child's brain and in solving the matter or the problem.
Okay, yeah, quite clearly, yes, expressed, because parents were not trained. But because of the new normal, this is an experience for parents to, involve in some bit of, because the internet,
Yes.
the knowledge is wide.
Yes.
And I'm sure that some parents, I'm sure that you at some time would have gone on the internet.
To look for information
Very
as to
well.
help the child.
Yes, yes. And viewers, I want you to know that I was so happy to get into the conversation with her. This is Miss Sherilla Joseph. Her daughter introduced her. This is Sherilla Joseph, and she herself is a nurse. So it means that she has to have someone assisting her with her child's online schooling. What are some of the problems that you yourself would have encountered? Are they similar to some of what we just heard about in the story?
Yes, they are very similar because had it not been for the help and the assistance that I would have had, thank God for that, I would have had to have my off duty because I work shift, being worked around so that I could be home to assist my child in ensuring that she understands and sits there and gets the work done. And for some parents, this is not something that they could have with them or have someone in their presence assisting them to ensure that their child or children gets an education within this online system.
Yes, and this new normal, and you were fortunate because you have one.
Yes.
But when we looked at the scenario that I spoke about just now, there were many children.
Yes.
And it's obvious that at times children at different levels, they could very well distract each other. And when there is a caregiver, because you can't always get a trained person. And children, some children like to manipulate adults, especially if the person loves children. Because that parent that caregiver that I spoke about, she actually went to make something for them to eat.
Even though you prepared
Eat.
something for them.
And these are some of the scenarios, that will be
parents.
experienced during the online schooling. How did you navigate it? How did you around it? What are some of the things that you did? Because she would have had projects. I remember
Yes.
that they would have projects at school and that kind of thing. How did you work it?
So I would have gone to work with some of the things, depending on how heavy my shift is. I would carry these small items that I would be able to manipulate and do while at work to start the project. And then when I come home in the night or the afternoon, I would try to take a rest and then put her sit down, and then we go through the project and see how much we can do each day. On my day off, I would try my best now to use that time to complete the project, because working and having a child or children within the school system now is very difficult and stressful.
And you are no doubt one of the disciplined parents.
Yes,
What
I
about
am.
the parent who doesn't understand,
Yeah.
what it entails? What about the parent who would have to play their music at a certain height?
Right.
What about the parent who would sit with the child and tell the child all the answers because
Yes.
she or he wants her child to pass without, understanding, what is really required? Indeed, it could be difficult, but with the help of God, this is the new normal,
It
and we
is.
have no choice but to
Get used
engage in it as you said, to get used to it. And the experience is good.
It
Be-
is.
Yes, because one of the things that I have realized is, as a teacher myself for many years, parents were always there to tell you how to do things. Parents actually experiencing now what teaching entails.
It's-
What do you think about it?
Being a parent who is not trained, it's very stressful. It is tiring. I can't even explain it. It's overwhelming. I have listened to some of my colleagues who were not fortunate as I am, and persons who are not fortunate as I am to have help. And you can hear how overwhelmed they felt. Some of them wanted to cry. They just did not know how to deal with it, because it was something that was just thrown upon us. It's not something that we have ever experienced before. So this new normal has caused us mentally to be tired.
I understand, but this is what we have to work with, and God has been good.
He has.
Because you were able to see your daughter having entered the primary school system for the
Yes.
first time. You were able to see her go through that year. And was she successful?
She was. She has been promoted to second year.
And we need to applaud you for that, Kalila. You did well. You did well,
Yes.
right? And we pray that God will continue to bless you in your teaching learning experience. Mommy, what do you want for next term for her?
For her, I would love her to go out physically to school, but because we are in a pandemic and the children are the ones who would be the carriers of the COVID-19 virus that we are now facing, these children who are so young, I don't think they are able to socially distance. They are not able to wear a mask as they should, and these things. So sending these young ones out to school now, it's not a very good idea. It's not something that I would say promote and say, yes, send these younger first year and second year students out. We still need to keep them at home so that we, the family members, also will be protected, because when they go out to school, we don't know who they are interacting with. We don't know the members of the other households. So when they come home now, you are not sure if they are coming home with the COVID virus to bring it into your home when you would have been protecting your home with them indoors. So for these younger ones, I think we should keep them home still until we get a better grasp of this whole pandemic.
I hear you. I understand you. And I feel the concern that you share, and I'm sure that there are other parents who would share the very same, concern. But we are praying, and we're praying that God will find a way, that there wouldn't be a spread, as in other areas. Because as the children are saying, they miss their friends. And, they have to understand that in this season, this is what we have to do. However, God has been good and they did well. And I congratulate you. I congratulate the other parents who would have worked assiduously to make sure that they did things as they should. We could only do things based on the knowledge that we have. So different parents and guardians would have done it differently. And is there anything that you would like to say to teachers who are out there, this being the new normal for them as well? Something that they too were never trained in. Is there anything that you would like to say to them?
Firstly, I would like to thank the teachers. It's the new norm. It was just thrown upon you, and I would like to say thank you for all that you have imparted upon the children of our nation, and thanks to the teacher, my daughter's teacher as well. I applaud you all. You all have done it. You all did an excellent job in ensuring that the children were taught and to some extent understand to the best of their abilities. I would like to say thank you and keep the good job that you are doing. And if there are any other ways or methods you see that as teachers can be done to help the students within the online platform, throw it out to us parents. We are willing to work with you all as parents, because this is a job that entails the family and the teachers. We can only do it if the teachers come to us as parents to have it done. So I just want to say thank you to you all and keep up the excellent work that you all are doing.
Okay, I share, the views that you gave, the thanks and everything. I want to join with you in congratulating the teachers. You did the best that you could have done with what was available. I remember reaching a teacher once, and he told me, he said, my eyes are bothering me, the online. And I think he was a standard 5 or somewhere up there, and he said, my eyes are constantly bothering me because of the constant, me having to be in front of the device all the time. I congratulate you, and I'm continuing, as others are doing, to pray for you, to pray that God will keep you, to pray that, God's will be realized. God's will be done in the coming term. I really can't predict what will take place. It's all in God's hands. I want to thank you, Kalila, for being with us on set. I want to thank you. Are you going to tell me, are you going to say I'm welcome, or I will have to cry to get it?
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. Viewers, I want you to take a good look at the mother that is on set, and I want to share something with you. It was in 1998, I think, somewhere around there. Either 90, yeah, somewhere around there. I was at a school at Mount Pleasant. I taught at that school, and I entered into a class, and there was a little girl that would always be at my desk. Break time, this little girl didn't even want to go outside. And sometimes I will tell this little girl, go outside and play with your friends, because I would have wanted to do something during the luncheon period. And this little girl would tell me, Miss, I want to stay with you. Miss, I don't want to go outside. I just want to sit down with you. It's okay, miss. You could sleep or you could do whatever. I will just sit down here. I want to be with you, miss. That girl was 8 years, I think, at the time. Sherilla Joseph is the girl of which I speak. And I feel very emotional when I speak about it because we had some experiences. I think God sent me to that school to meet this little girl that is now a young woman, a nurse, and she has a daughter. This little girl eventually lived in my house. This little girl is my daughter now, over the years. And I want to publicly thank her mother. Her mother's name is Cheryl Joseph, for giving me the opportunity, Heather Cheryl Joseph. I thank God for Cheryl and for the opportunity that she gave me to share in the mothering of her daughter. Now, I'm saying it because I want us as teachers to understand the impact that we could have on children. From 8 years, I met her in the school, and from I met this child in the school, she never wanted to live anywhere else but in my house. And up to today, she lives in my house. The lady that I'm speaking about is Sherilla Joseph. I met her at 8 years. And it is the teaching learning experience that brought us together as mother and daughter. Sherilla, do you remember that?
I could briefly recall. Some of the things.
Now, she doesn't want to speak about it much because I usually tell her, you used to talk so much, I used to want you to go outside. And she can't remember, she's trying to throw it away, that she used to talk so much. I want you to tell me how you feel. I know I'm throwing you in a spot on set about, the experience that we shared from childhood to now. What do you think about it as we look at teachers and children in the classroom? Any area that you want to share with us?
Okay, so for me, and I could only speak because this is my personal experience, as I could recall during the primary school setting coming up, there would be teachers, yes, they love you, but the love that my mother showed when she came in there as a teacher was a love that I cannot explain. And I don't think any of the students that were in her class within my time frame could explain. The love was just pure. It was as though we were her children that she birthed. She never once treated us as though we were anybody else's child. When you listen to her, when you hear her speak, it's always her children. She always referred to us as her children. We have study group home at her house. We have outings. She would tell whoever she's encountering or speaking to, I am with my children. Up to this day, when you listen to her speak about children, it's always her children. And when I listen to this, I know that this is not just an ordinary person. God has placed something in her to love children. The love she has for children, it is, words cannot explain it. She is pure. She is real. She loves them with her whole heart. And speaking about it is making me emotional because I have encountered pure motherly love from the age of 8 up to today. Though we may have our little misunderstanding and whatever may happen, whatever she says, whatever she does, it's out of love and because she cares.
Viewers, I didn't want to blow my own trumpet. I didn't want to blow my own trumpet. But why did I go there with her? I want us to understand as teachers how impactful we are in the lives of young people. the minds that we mold, the exemplary lives that we should live. These children imitate us, and we ought to make sure that we live lives that are worthy of imitating. Sometimes now when I hear Sherilla speak, or sometimes when I hear her pray, it's as if I'm hearing me in Sherilla, and I am not the biological mother. I thank God for Cheryl, who is a very good, her mother, her biological mother, who is a very good friend of mine, who would spend time in my house, who would sleep with us, you know, who gave me the privilege of sharing the motherhood with Sherilla. Teachers are parents, like parents to children. And we could help to chart the course for our children. And today, even as the children are online, we have to be careful as parents and as teachers to make sure that the internet does not raise them. So we have to balance their use of the internet, of the devices that they have in their hand, so that we will be able to interact with them one-to-one, face-to-face, you know, that we will be the socializing agents of the children and not the device that is in their hand. As I say all the time, the persons who develop those things on the devices, they may not be believers of Christ. And we don't know the plan of the enemy to take them down a road that would send them into a ditch. So as we come to a close, I want to thank Sherilla for having decided to be with me on set.
It was my pleasure.
And I thank Kalila. I thanked her already. It's her daughter, and she's doing a wonderful job as a mother. She herself works with children at the hospital, and I thank you for viewing. I am trying my best to bridge the gap. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful next week, and I look forward to being in your presence again. God bless you richly. Bye-bye.
Hello, everyone. I am Reverend Gartlyn Arthur Chance. My husband, Minister John Chance, and I are the pastors of the Holistic Transformation Ministries at Louis Land Settlement in Tobago. The Holistic Transformation Ministries is a Pentecostal church which operates under the umbrella of the Pentecostal Assemblies of the West Indies. I have been involved in education as a mainstream teacher and special education teacher for 35 years of my life. This program, Bridging the Gap, will be aired on the Tobago Inspirational Network every Saturday at 8 p.m. The program is expected to keep you at the edge of your seat. Join us as we apply the Word of God to deal with issues relating to early childhood and adolescence. Bridging the Gap, right here on TIN.